this is video 1 of the quadratic formula. We're going to be working on graphing quadratics. We're talking about the quadratic formula. Your graph is going to be in parabola fashion. You can see here I have some pictures of some different parabolas. Gateway to the west, the St. Louis Arch. Many bridges have parabolas. Many roller coasters have parabolas set up. That's the shape, or that U shape. Remember, it's like a function graph, and this is going to be, when we deal with quadratics, we are looking at a squared function, like y equals x squared. That is our parent function. As with any graph, you can always make a t-chart to figure out how to plot your points. And I'll just do that quickly here with you if you want to follow along in your packet. If x is -2, y is going to equal whatever -2 squared is, and that's 4. -1 squared is 1, 0 squared is 0, 1 squared is 1, and 2 squared is 4. And you'll notice that our outputs are the same. So these are what we call special functions. So we're going to graph -2, 4. So -2, 1, 2, 3, 4. -1, 1. 0, 0. 1, 1. And 2, 4. Okay? And you'll notice when we connect these, we create that U shape, or what's known as a parabola. This lesson is going to quickly look at ways to figure out where your graph's going to go and how to graph it. And then in the next lesson, we'll talk about maybe some more specifics of the axis of symmetry, the vertex, the minimum, and the maximum. Okay? But what I want you to notice about this is y equals x squared is what we call the parent function. This is the start of every graph. We're going to talk about equations where we're going to have y equals x squared plus 3. And how is that different from y equals x squared? Or y equals the quantity x minus 2 squared plus 1. And how does that compare to the parent function? So just remember how you have your parent graph, and we'll move from there. Okay? So let's move on, and let's look about translating this. Okay? It says draw y equals x squared. Remember, y equals x squared is called the parent function. The vertex is at the origin, 0, 0. Okay? We're going to translate it upward by 3 units. Well, that means I'm going to take my vertex at 0, 0, and I'm going to move it up 3 units. 1, 2, 3. So 0, 3 now becomes my vertex, and my parabola will go through there. So if I draw the red star to the blue star, notice how everything is going to move up 3. Okay? So let's look at the parabola. Why is that not going to go? I guess it went away. Oh, because I did it the wrong way. Blue star's down here. Ta-ta! Whoops. There you go. The vertex is going to slide down right there. Okay? Everything just shifted up 3. And so what does that equation look like? Well, I just took my y equals x squared, and I moved it up 3. Let's write the equation of this parabola, okay? So look, parent function, vertex is at 0, 0. We went down, so we subtracted. So we're going to have y equals x squared minus 4. Y equals x squared minus 4. How about this? Draw y equals x squared plus 2. Okay? I'm sorry, y equals x squared plus 1. you go. Translated it 2 units left. Now, you'll notice this is where it started. Okay, here's where it is now. Okay, we just kept it the same points. We just translated it to the left. Okay, let's look at what that does for the equation. Okay, so let's write an equation here. Well, we know that moving it down means I've subtracted. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 4. But what about the right or the left? Y equals, when you moved right or left, that affects the squared quantity. Except it's the opposite. You would think that because I'm moving to the right, I would be adding 2. In effect, it's the opposite. I'm going to subtract 2 because it's actually y equals, it should be reviewed, x minus k squared plus h, or remind me I have the h and the k backwards. Okay? So when we do that, since this is already subtraction, if it's positive, we need to leave it subtraction. So we're really leaving it positive. So did we get that correct? Except I put 2 instead of 3, but yes, it should be a 3. Okay? So basically this lesson, we're trying to figure out how to graph. We can graph with a t-chart, x and y. Or we can look at our equation, y equals x squared minus 3, and know that our parabola is going to be down 3 units from the origin. Or we can look at y equals x plus 2 squared plus 6, and know that I'm 2 units to the left and 6 units up. So just really briefly, let's look at these. Start with y equals x squared, and see if you can come up with the equations and what they'll look like. Hopefully you're pausing as I'm hitting these so you know if you got these correct. Okay, let's see if we can match the graphs. Which graph? Y equals the quantity, x plus 1 squared minus 2. I have 2 units down from the origin, okay? So this is down 2, and I'm left 1. Well, this one's up, so we know it's not that one. So we know it's got to be this one. Okay? All right, reflect. We're reflecting, okay? That's just a quick review. This one reflection is going to look like this, okay? And we are done with that part of the lesson. Remember, we're going to be going into standard form, axis of symmetry, vertex, minimum, and maximum. As you get ready to work, you might want to be getting to page 551 in your textbook.